Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this look was inspired by the beautiful Nasia Belly on Instagram. So make sure you guys follow her. I'm gonna put all of her information down below in the description box. She's such an amazing artist, so gorgeous. Once I saw this look on her page, I had to recreate it for Halloween. I thought it would be perfect for a Queen of Hearts themed look. I used a white eyeliner to kind of trace out the shape of the heart, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go into my Masquerade palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm using that pink shade first to kind of start creating a nice blown out look for the heart, like some shadows. Then I'm going to go in with the Limecrime Venus palette, and with the shade Muse, I'm going to start creating even more shadows and depth with a pencil brush. I'm then gonna go in with a Deep Plum from Anastasia. This is one of their single eyeshadows, and with a smaller detailing brush, I'm gonna create even more depth for the heart. I'm also gonna go back in with that pencil brush that I used to apply Muse and make sure all the edges are nice and blended. To outline the heart, I'm using the shade Noir with the same detailing brush. I'm using very light strokes for this step. I didn't want it to be too harsh or anything like that because I did want it to blend into that last color. So just take your time and use a little bit of product at a time and just kind of build that color until you get your desired look. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting out the shape of the heart to really get that nice precision. For this step, I'm using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this one is in the shade Ginger. You can basically use any concealer that you want. I don't think it really matters too much because I am gonna be using an eyeshadow on top of it anyway. Next, I'm going back in with that pink shade. I'm gonna start working on my other eye. I'm not doing a heart for this eye. I'm just gonna do a nice cut crease. So I'm using all those same colors that I used previously for the heart with that pink shade from the Masquerade palette, then Muse from the Limecrime Venus palette with a fluffier brush, and then I'm using Deep Plum in the outer corners and into the crease with a smaller fluffy brush. So once all those colors are applied, just go back in and make sure everything is nice and blended out. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease. I'm using the same brush that I used to kind of cut out that shape for the heart. And I'm using, again, my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer for this step. So yeah, you guys have seen me do this before. So this is kind of the easier side. Then I'm gonna go back into my Masquerade palette. I'm taking both of the lightest shimmery shades from that palette, and I'm just gonna pack that onto the lid area and kind of set that concealer that I just used. So once those two spaces are filled, I'm going in with my Cake Your Face official glitter in the shade Gold Rush, and I'm just going to press that against all the areas that I set with those two lighter shimmery shades. I originally had the idea of doing a red glitter heart and a matching red glitter liner for the other eye, but I ended up just doing a black wing and a gold cut crease and gold on the inside of the heart, pretty much because I just wanted to kind of keep the contrast between the outer edges of the heart and the lightness of the inside of the heart. So that's why I ended up doing that. So I ended up just doing a black wings liner for the other eye. I did end up applying my false lashes off camera, so I'll leave them down in the description box in case you guys want to know which ones I used. Moving on to my skin, I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I'm just gonna smooth that out with using my fingers. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me Foundation, and this one is in the shade 330 Toffee. Next, I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This one is in the shade Tan, and I'm doing the usual highlighting areas, so underneath the eyes, Cupid's bow, chin, forehead, and so on. Just make sure everything is super blended. I'm switching in between my sponge and my F80 brush from Sigma that I use for my foundation, just to make sure there's no harsh edges or anything like that, and everything is nice and smooth and seamless. So today I decided to cream contour. So I'm using the Anastasia cream contouring kit. The kit is in the shade Deep. I'm just gonna be using a flat concealer brush just to kind of apply the color, and then more of like a slanted dense brush to blend. I'm switching in between my foundation brush and that slanted brush just to make sure I get a really nice smooth blend. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and start setting my concealer. I'm using the Benign Banana powder. You guys know I love this powder. I use it all the time. So I'm just gonna be using that to set my concealer, that Tarte Shape Tape, and then I'm going to swipe off any extra products. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my NYX Highlight and Contour palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and set the cream contouring that I did. I'm not using a whole lot of powder. It's a very, very light amount of powder just to make sure that it doesn't move anywhere. Then I'm gonna go into my SlaybyKC highlighter setting spray. I absolutely love this setting spray. It's so awesome. And I'm gonna spritz that on, and then right before it dries, I'm gonna apply their rose gold highlighter. I'm applying this all in the usual areas: tops of the cheekbones, nose, inner corner, brow bone. You guys know the deal. Then I'm gonna repeat all those same steps that I did for the top of the heart on the lower lash line to kind of finish and complete that. So I'm using all the same shades and brushes, and I'm just gonna go ahead and finish that lower lash line. So now that our eyes are done, we can go ahead and move on to lips. I'm using Nightmoth from MAC, and I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips and make sure to kind of fill in the outer corners. And then for my lip color today, I'm using Anastasia's liquid lipstick in the shade Trust Issues. And that is pretty much it for this look, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I love you so much. And hopefully I will see you guys in my next video.